Oh, we're back. It's the next day. I was actually going to film today. I'm having a bad day so far. Didn't sleep great. I've been on my feet a whole bunch, which I don't like to do before training legs. I've been awake for like 6 hours, and this is the first bit of water that I'm having. I've had other fluids, but in terms of like actual just straight quality water. So I'm very dehydrated. I'm very, very tired. And I was like, you know what, I won't film tonight because I don't think I'm going to hit anything crazy. And then I was like, well, you know, most of the freakiest PRs, not freaky by social media standards, but for me is like internally, have been when I'm at my worst, when I'm like my most tired, my most deprived of food, my most dehydrated. Some of my best PRs have been at that time, especially for leg stuff. And because I am going to be using higher quality equipment in terms of like squat bar, monolith squat racks, maybe even a deadlift bar, I was like, well, you know what? I'll film because if I, by some miracle of God, happen to hit something absolutely insane today, I want to have it on tape. So, plan right now, I'm about to microwave some chicken and rice. It's already pre-cooked. Gonna try and get through at least a liter of water while I eat. Plus this Powerade that I've got for a bit more hydration and some extra carbs. Mix up the pre-workout, head to Strength House Gym again. And then I'll either squat or deadlift. I'll see how I feel. I was practicing both patterns. My glutes are tight, which is because I had a bad night's sleep. Muscles just lock up. It happens, and I got a bit of a cramp in my like left Achilles and left heel. But that will probably go away the next hour once I rehydrate. Not sure if I'm going to deadlift or squat. Just see how I feel, to be honest. The thing is, with me, like, I might be warming up and 220 feels heavier, heavier than it should, and or like 5 plates, and a squat feels like heavier than it should, and then I'll go to like 5.5 plates, and it doesn't actually feel any heavier than 5. It still feels the same level of difficulty, and then I'll go to 6 plates, and then that's just as hard as 5 was, and then I'll PR because it never got any harder. The warm-ups felt hard, but it never got any harder than how hard the warm-ups were, so you never know what's possible, even on the worst of days, and I really am keen. You know, even though I'm very tired and fatigued and dehydrated, I'm keen to try out this new equipment, and that's got me very motivated to do my best anyway. So, I don't really have a plan for the leg day because I missed legs earlier on in the week, and I'm a bit fatigued from a bad night's sleep after benching heavy last night. But we'll just see, man. I'm just gonna warm up. We'll see how it goes. You know, the main thing with me is anyone that's followed me since I very first made my Instagram account. I'm talking like first couple hundred followers, would know that I fail far more than I succeed. I've failed thousands of reps and 1 rep maxes and sets, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands over my like 9 years of lifting. I'm not afraid to fail. I don't feel embarrassed by missed 1RMs. I don't get mentally hung up on them. For me, the main thing is knowing I tried it, knowing I've got the confidence to try it, and if anything, when I fail a 1 rep max, it gives me a lot of confidence to try it again because I know I can safely fail it. So, you know, you guys would have seen there's clips of me dumping bars with like 6 plates. There's clips of me dumping near 7 plates, but I hit the back of my head and fall on my ass. There's like, I've blacked out deadlifting, I've blacked out squatting, I've blacked out on bench press. I've torn my pecs, I've torn my quads, I tore my teres last week. Like, I've done it all. And I've copped a lot of L's. My win to loss ratio is terrible. It's absolutely, there's not enough zeros in the decimal places to describe my win to loss percentage. A lot of L's, but you know, we always bounce back from those losses and we get substantially stronger for them. So despite how bad I feel, the main thing about today is, you know, going in and giving it your all, and I'll always encourage you guys to do the same. You know, if you're having a bad day, you're tired, you're hungry, you're dehydrated, maybe you're in a deficit and you just feel like shit and don't want to train, I'll tell you right now, if it wasn't legs, I probably wouldn't feel this way. Legs sucks. If you like legs, you don't train legs properly. Legs is never fun. It's never hard. I've vomited more times than I can count on leg days. I've passed out more times than I can count on leg days. I've had nosebleeds. I had one time when I was a teenager when I sweat blood while squatting, which, if you don't know, your body is producing so much heat from the strain that you burst blood vessels, and your body confuses the blood under the skin from the burst blood vessel with sweat, and it pushes out the pores, and that's what sweating blood is. Sounds a lot more dramatic than it actually is, but I thought it was badass. I've done it all while training legs. Legs is not fun. Legs is hard. Legs is the worst thing in the world. The worst feeling in the world. And it's also can be very upsetting in hindsight, because you'll do a leg day and be like, I could not have done a single thing more. You watch back training footage and be like, fuck. I had 4 more legs, but I felt like 4 more reps, sorry, and I felt like I was gonna die. Legs are just hard. But you know, the main thing is knowing that if I can get through a leg day that's gonna be this fucked up, I'm gonna make it a fucked up leg day because I didn't hit legs earlier this week, so I gotta hit 2 leg days in one. If I can get through a leg day that's gonna be this just disgusting and awful and difficult and painful and uncomfortable and horrible, whilst also already feeling as bad, there's not a single workout in my life that I won't be able to do. That's the main thing. So, you know, so I've always said some sessions it's not about the physical and the progress and the hypertrophy and the strength and whatever else and the optimality. It's about the psychological. It's about giving yourself that psychological edge of knowing, despite everything that's got me fucked up, despite everything that's going fucking wrong, I'm going to change myself and I'm going to ignore all of that and I'm going to go in there and I'm going to do the worst thing I could possibly do, which is a big leg day. So, I'm going to get through this meal now. Even now, like my eyes feel heavy. I'm exhausted. I'm going to pump more pre-workout than is humanly safe. I'm going to mix it with pineapple juice and dextrose and pump myself up with carbs. I got a fruit roll up in my bag in case I go hypo while training legs. I'm going to scull water in the car. We're going to fix as many variables as we can. And I'm going to do the best I can. And that's all there is to it. That's all I'll ever be able to do. But I'm still, something in the back of my head is like, hey man, don't mentally check out yet because you've got potential for something today. And I see that wholeheartedly, whether it's a deadlift, a conventional deadlift, a sumo deadlift, a squat. Maybe I AMRAP something on squat. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't have a plan. All I know is I'm going to fuck myself up in the best way possible. And then we'll come home, we'll sleep. Look, if I can hit a shoulder press PR tomorrow after hitting a big bench yesterday and a big leg day today, that's pretty fucking diabolical. But I'll see how I feel. I'll see how I sleep tonight. I feel heavy, body weight wise, which is also very fatiguing. You know, it's like someone handing you a 5 kilo plate in a gym and being like, carry this around all day, you get exhausted. But, you know, that's what we got carbs for, that's what we got pre-workout for. And I'm sure by the time, you know, it happens every time. I lie to myself all the time. The amount of times in my life I've been like, you're really tired today, we're going to take it easy, we're going to, nice little easy session. And then we start warming up and my brain is like, it's embarrassing to squat anything under 6 plates. Do a 6-plate squat. And I'll do a 6-plate squat and it'll be like, damn, it was kind of easy. Even if it wasn't, I'll just tell myself it was. And then I'll go heavier and harder. And that's how we surpass our limits, by lying to ourselves and gaslighting ourselves. So that's what a good athlete does. But with that, I'm going to have some water, eat chicken and rice, mix up a disgusting pre-workout concoction, just fucking throw everything in there like a little Minecraft potion. And then I'll see you guys in the gym, and I will either be warming up with squats or deadlifts. It depends what I physically feel like and psychologically feel like, and then we'll get on with a big old leg day. And I'm going to leave the gym feeling great tonight, glad I got through it, because that's how it goes. But let's get to work.
I have come home, master.
This is no longer your home, and I am no longer your master.
Yes, you have a new favorite. So where is this Poe? Did I scare him off? You knew I was the Dragon Warrior! You always knew. But when Oogway said otherwise, what did you do? What did you do? Nothing!
You were not meant to be the Dragon Warrior. That was not my fault.
Not your fault! Who filled my head with dreams? Who willed me to train until my bones cracked? Who denied me my destiny? What I ever did, I did to make you proud. Tell me how proud you are. Tell me. Tell me. I rotted in jail for 20 years because of your weakness.
Obeying your master is not weakness.
You knew I was the Dragon Warrior. Who denied me my destiny?
These bodies are a gift from the gods, as is their energy. But you arrogant Saiyans all act as if you created this strength on your own. Now I figured it out. It's anger, isn't it? If that's what fuels this body, I shall use my anger. Anger toward the mortals who defile the universe. Anger toward the other gods who have tolerated such behavior. And most importantly, the white-hot rage I now feel toward myself for letting you get the upper hand on me in our battle. And this sight will carve a reminder into your mortal flesh of the strength of my divine wrath. All I know now is that my strength surpasses my own understanding. Its summit is higher than either man or god has yet explored. I'm really, really mad. And now it's time to pay!
His power is equal to that of a god!
What an impressive warrior! Did we take him too lightly?
I have always been proud of you. From the first moment, I've been proud of you.
Kinda hard to believe this is me. I mean, look at you. So pathetic. All that talk about how ready you are and this is the best you could do. You'll have nothing to blame for your death but your own ego. E-rank hunter Jin Sung. That's all you'll ever be. A dreamer who never learned his place.
Shut your mouth! If anyone knows what it's like at the bottom, it's me!
My kindness never saved me. Doesn't matter how smart, creative, or kind they are, the weak always lose! I always lose.
But I won't give up. I refuse. I'll get stronger if it's the last thing I do. My only options now are to beat them or die trying. Arise. No. What I need now is true strength. And I am not gonna give up until I get it. This is a loving stone. With the power I have. With the power I have. I know I can kill you right here and now! If anyone knows what it's like at the bottom, it's me! But I could never stop striving to climb higher!
Knight Commander Egress, you are a warrior. That means your purpose is to cut down your foes. Will you let your blade rust in this crumbling ruin? Or will you rise above that fate and serve me? Instead of defending the throne of a fallen king, pledge yourself to the man before you. Arise.
I've been lost, yeah! Dagger can't change orders! It'll go to my inventory, and then right back to me! You shall step deeper!
I've always been the weakest, and I've been mocked for it at every turn. But I still try as hard as I can.
Shit! This is bullshit! Bullshit!
I wanted to be stronger. I tried, but I never could. I get it. I fought tooth and nail to earn my keep, and I got this far. But you were past your limit? Yeah, we all felt that way. You were making excuses for your own selfishness. That gratitude.
Tired. Okay. Back home now, obviously. Just going to recap the workout quickly because I'm tired. I'm going to go to bed and I'll probably film tomorrow in case I hit a shoulder press PR. basically went into the gym. Almost felt good. First time using a deadlift bar. Really liked the deadlift bar. Really felt awesome. Really exciting. Was just too keen to try the deadlift bar, so I didn't squat. I deadlifted. Just really tight through my glutes, hammies, hip flexors, quads, calves. Everything all body was tight. Lower back was a bit stiff after benching yesterday. Tight. I didn't really sleep last night. I think I said at the start of the video I slept like 5 hours or something, and it was interrupted, so it was probably more like 4 hours. Just really tired overall. Like, I'm yawning now. Anyway. Oh, God. Excuse me. Oh, jeez. Also bench heavy yesterday, so a little fatigued. Chest and triceps and shoulders a bit sore. Doesn't affect deadlift, but just, overall headspace. Feeling tired, being achy and sore. I think a little bit of subconscious anxiety with the teres in my back because of the tear. It feels good now, so that's, that's good. But yeah, I pulled 6 plates. Best of the 6 plates has moved in a while. Felt really good. Not sure if I'll include the footage or not. I went to pull 6.5 plates because I was going to try for 7 plates in PR. Set up in the hole. I can't remember if I tried sumo first or conventional first. But at some point I was like, I think I pulled 6 plates sumo. I set up for a conventional pull because I was like, no, I kind of want to swap to conventional after warming up with sumo, which is never smart. Different muscle groups. Got in the hole for the deadlift. Belt was too low, number one, so I've got bruises all over my hips. It was digging into my hip bones. And number two, I drank a whole bunch of water. I went in when I was bracing. When I braced and pulled slack, I felt like a little burp air bubble thing build up in my stomach and esophagus. And I was like, ooh, if I pull this, I'm going to projectile vomit everywhere. So reset, kind of dropped the slack, tried to clear the air out, reset my breath. Went again, was like, okay, it's better, but I'm still going to fucking vomit everywhere if I try and pull this. Stopped, reset again, pulled slack, was like, no, I need to get up and just breathe and walk around for a second and digest the water I just had. That was stupid. Stopped, reset, was like, okay, cool, try it again. I think I tried, and then I also decided to swap back to sumo because I was just all over the place at this point. Wasn't exactly hyped up for deadlift PR either, was just excited to deadlift, if that makes sense. I was in the mood for deadlifts, but not necessarily in the mood to PR. Fatigued because you're still getting fatigued in that bottom point with the belt and everything doing in the straps. Went to pull sumo, pulled slack, went to lift off floor. Dropped it, rested, tried again. There was 3 or 4 attempts of 280, which I've hit before, and it was definitely there strength-wise, but I think I made the decision subconsciously, it's not worth... I can get this, but it's going to exhaust me, and knowing that I'm not in the headspace to hit 7 plates, it's not worth fatiguing myself that heavily on 280s or 6.5 plates, just to then probably fail 7 purely on a psychological level of not wanting to get it off the floor. And I want a shoulder press tomorrow, so I didn't want to be overly fatigued. And also, again, a little subconscious anxiety with, the tear in my back. I don't really want to go all out as well. Just too many limiting variables and too many variables outside of the gym earlier today with the bad quality sleep and being a little bit behind on food and just not being in a great mood. But it was fine. Still the best 6 places I've ever moved, so I'm happy. I'll take the win. By that point, I was just I was just completely exhausted. Again, the lack of sleep really has impacted me more than anything else, I think. I was just kind of in the, I want to lie on the couch and watch TV mood after that deadlift. Popped all the weights back. Just did some, OG bodybuilding style, hamstring curls, tempo work, really contract the muscle, blah, 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 bro science. Just some stimulus. Hammies still feel pretty cooked. Same with lying hamstring curls. Did some seated calf raises and calf raises on the leg press. Wanted to do a bigger leg day overall, but I spent so much time setting up at the start and trying to figure out... I spent 30, 40 minutes figuring out whether I wanted to deadlift or squat. And that just wasted a lot of time too, and just, too much went wrong. But, still a good session overall, and I'll take the win with 6 plates moving that fast. And it gives me confidence knowing, again, if I look at this session as a worst-case scenario, 6 plates moving fast in a worst-case scenario, and 280 being a grind, or 6.5 plates being a grinder on a worst-case scenario, means 300 is definitely there when I'm really, if I'm doing my mobility work, massaging on the legs and the glutes and the hips, open up my whole lower body in terms of mobility and range of motion and everything. And then maybe hit the deadlift on a Monday or a Tuesday, either with back or with my other leg day. And then it should be fine. I shouldn't have a tight lower back or anything. And it'll fly. But I think 7 plates is there strength-wise. I just need to have a bit of a better day. It was today, in my mind, was kind of a worst-case scenario anyway. But With that, I'm really, really tired now, so I'm going to have a nice shower, I'm going to relax, I'm going to play some video games, I got all my work done earlier, I'm going to have some nice food, I'm going to have a big sleep tonight, fix that sleep quality, and then hopefully, if I'm feeling good, I'll shoulder press something really good tomorrow. I got a little bit of tricep DOMs, but I'm not sure if that was from the 5 plates yesterday, or if that was from the bad night's sleep. Like, muscle soreness is not necessarily a sign of, like, stimulating growth, or like a hard session, or like a session well done. Sometimes it's just like poor recovery. In my case, last night that would have been sleep. So, but I'll just see how I feel when I wake up in the morning, both like mentally and physically. Probably will film the session regardless because you guys love the shoulder press, and we'll go from there because I want to put out as many videos as possible. But I really want to dial in my deadlift at the moment. I think I did some chatting with the fellas after the pulls. I think I've got shorter femurs and also not the longest arms in the world. So it's probably better I pull sumo over conventional because I have to travel very far. I have to travel, like, so my friend pulls conventional, we were there, we're doing a little test. I travel like 3 times as far as him to pull conventional. So if we want to dial in like my actual true strength, I know guys, I know sumo's not as cool as conventional, but if I want to do well in a powerlifting meet, that's probably what I'm going to have to pursue. Because I've been back and forth in between, like I'll hit a sumo PR, and then I'll PR conventional, and then I'll PR sumo, and then I'll PR conventional, and each one's also like an overall deadlift PR, but I'm not really honing in my execution for the exercise itself because I'm constantly back and forthing form. It's like benching, like, I don't know, wide grip versus super close grip, and then back and forthing. It's not, they're different lifts. So I'll probably dial in the sumo form. I think the main thing is just if I can fix my mobility, the times I've been strongest in sumo and move weight the fastest and the best is when I'm really mobile through my glutes, hamstrings, and hips, and I can really sink back and pull in a vertical line. You'll see the pull I did today was almost like I locked my legs early and SLDL'd in the sumo position. So I almost did like a conventional SLDL whilst in sumo stance. And that would have also been very excessively fatiguing on warm-ups as well. Which doesn't help when I'm already tired from a bad night of sleep. So, going to dial that in a little bit. I want to start deadlifting a bit more consistently. I'm not sure if I'm going to put it in with the back day or the leg day. I'll figure it out. I might just rejig the split a little bit. I might swap it around, so I'm doing like shoulders on a Monday instead of back, and then back and posterior chain on Tuesday with deadlifts. Wednesday rest. Thursday heavy bench. Friday squat leg session and like quad prioritized leg session. And then Saturday, back. My just back day. That might be the new plan for the split. I'm not sure. I have to write it down because I have to do a lot of thinking. But I do hope you guys enjoyed. If you like the shirt I was wearing before I took it off, Anabolic Apparel, code Matt, supports me, saves you some money. If you want to take the supplements I take, Emerald Labs, code Matt, same deal there. If you're interested in coaching, apply down below. Just to specify, it is bodybuilding coaching. My strength is just from progressive overload and being strong through a lot of years of bodybuilding. It's not from like specific strength training. I do recommend you get a powerlifting coach if you're specifically interested in powerlifting and just SBD movements. I can coach the execution, but in terms of like actual programming specifically to get stronger and not build muscle, it's not my area. But don't get me wrong, building muscle with me, you will get pretty damn strong too. But it's just a matter of what your priority is. Yeah, if you enjoyed the video, like, subscribe, leave a comment. Check out the Instagram and TikTok. They're also Matt Dillon. I post updates like all throughout the day on Instagram stories the most frequently. So if you really want to stay up to date, best place to be. But with that, I will see you guys probably tomorrow for shoulder press. Good night.